Callahan. I'm a food blogger for the Tribune's network Chicago Now. And today I'm here in Jellyfish's kitchen, and I'm with Chef PJ and General Manager Alan, and they're going to answer a couple questions for me about jellyfish and sushi. So let's get started. So I wanted to ask you first of all, when a guest comes in with not a lot of experience with sushi and they're not really sure what kind of flavor combinations they would like. Some people like their sushi a little bit more savory and some people like it a little bit more sweet. What would you recommend for a beginner?
It all really depends on the individual, if they like raw fish or if they don't like raw fish. For example, one of the favorite ones that we like to recommend is called torch salmon. It has smoked salmon instead of raw, so it kind of eases them into the concept of sushi, and also has tempura sweet potato inside. Otherwise, we do have a great vegetarian roll called the Sweet Pea, named after myself, yours truly. But it has sweet potato inside with tempura, spinach on the outside. Chef also likes to call me Sweet Pea when it's busy at night. But that one's a great vegetarian roll to get them started with. Now for the more adventurous diner, then we like to bring them into the more flavorful fishes. Fishes that have a little bit more pungency to them, like mackerel, for example, is an oilier fish. Or maybe they want to try a shot with quail-like, or maybe they want to do a nigiri of uni. So, just depending on each individual, we try to personalize each experience.
Awesome. So one of the most common questions people have about sushi is between the two different types of tuna, super white and regular tuna. Can you talk a little bit about the similarities and differences between the two?
Absolutely. Well, one of the main similarities is that they come, I believe, I have to, I'm not a fish expert, but they're all tuna. However, super white and what we use here, which is bluefin and yellowtail, they all look very different. Yellowtail we all know as hamachi, so it kind of has more translucent flesh, whereas the bluefin tuna that we grow to love has a deeper ruby flesh, and super white literally has a very white colored flesh. And they all have very different flavor profiles, whereas the bluefin tuna has a little bit more that deeper fish flavor. The hamachi tends to have that more buttery, silky texture, and a lot of people like the super white tuna because it has a little bit of sweetness as well.
Yeah.
But it is technically a tuna, however, it's a different species of tuna. And there's many other species like albacore as well. You see some of the other tunas that are used in can. But for the most part, you'll see bluefin, yellowtail.
Yeah, those are the type of tunas that people use at restaurants and less than you get in a can.
Correct.
Okay, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about Chef PJ, some of your favorite sushis to make, your favorite flavors. Do you like kind of a savory sushi or a sweeter sushi like with the mango?
Oh, I like the sweeter sushi.
Yeah, and speaking of sweeter sushi, Chef PJ himself is very sweet. He's got a sweet personality. He's a man of very few words, but one of the things that he's working on right now is lobster mango roll. And I think you had questions about, how fruit and sushi go together. And this is a great example where he complements the sweetness of the lobster with the sweetness of the mango. And rolls it together, and the minerality really complements the flavors well, and the vinegar in the rice pulls all those flavors out, and he finishes it with mango sauce. And it's really, I think, a great example of how fruit and fish can work together.
Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for having me here today, and Chef PJ for having me behind the counter in your kitchen. And I'll see you guys